Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Fraser Field. And I can say for Catholic Central League action, even though it's two divisions. St. Mary's the upper division, Lowell Catholic in the lower division. This is an annual visit by Lowell Catholic. They have been nomads. They've played a ton of games. At one point, they played 13 games in 16 days. They've only played 15 games so far. Usually the season's over by now, and we're going into the state tournament. They expanded an extra week, and expanding it a week, they'll get to play right through Monday, which is the cutoff date. They'll play today, being Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Monday. They've got 5 games left counting today, and they're going almost every day. And the coach, Steve Ryan, told me that he hasn't been able to practice because they've been playing every day. Hit by the third baseman in the left field. Capola was off the line at third, and he hit it right by the third base bag, and that was Liam Fisher getting the base hit. Lowell Catholic would like to win today to get one job out of the way, and that would be qualifying for the state tournament. They need one more win. St. Mary's is looking for another win. They've got this game and 2 on the road that they have to play. So they've been bunched up as well to try and get as good a record as they can, hopefully maybe get a home game or at least a decent seed. Runner took off. Reaching for it was Alex Graves, the shortstop, punching it foul down the right side. Fisher at first was the DH, hitting for the right fielder, Ian Sullivan. Bobby Alcock on the mound. I think this is his 3rd start since coming back from that concussion he had. Cabral goes about 10 steps out in the grass in short left field, and another little reach just touched the ball. Almost a one-handed swing. Just got out and got a piece of it and popped it in the air. Kyle DeRoma, the catcher, will be the hitter. Alcock trying to keep that runner close at first, steps off. Curveball hung high, broke late. Down and away for a ball. Tip of the hat to the workers here. There's still some little bit of puddles down the dirt area, down left side. Right side they did a pretty good job on, but looking at the field, you'd never know it rained as much as it did. And yesterday was, if this game was scheduled yesterday, they couldn't play. So good job by the DPW guys that work and do a very great job here keeping this field up. Because makeup games on this field really are a major problem in first strike. And that's because there are 5 teams that play here. All 4 Lynn High Schools, and I have to throw Kip in here as well. Kip plays their games here. Alcock comes back to run the count full 3-2 after being behind. The runner takes off. Strike 3 called, thrown away, but they get the strikeout. Fisher will steal second base. Nate Sayre, the left fielder, will be the hitter with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position. Rich Avery is the guy who is in charge of Manning Field and Fraser Field, and is used almost 24/7. There's all kinds of stuff at Manning Field, all kinds of games here. Even Babe Ruth is playing some of their makeup games here. So when you have to if you get rainouts, you got to move them in and out around regular scheduled games for the 5 high schools in the city and find an open date. And when you do that, Babe Ruth wants to sneak in, and they got all their rainouts down in their field, down the way for a ball. So not an easy assignment for Rich Avery, but he does it very well. And not an easy assignment for the athletic directors either. Waves at that pitch that was down and away. Back-to-back strikeouts to end the inning. One called, one swinging. The base hit and the stolen base stay at second base. St. Mary's will have a chance to get on the board first. It'll be second baseman Colin Reddy leading it off. Center fielder Kyle Ouellette will bat second. Batting third and playing third, Jared Capola. In the cleanup spot is the catcher, John Moretti. Lee Pacheco will play first and bat fifth. DJ DeCenzo, outstanding lineman that helped St. Mary's get to the Super Bowl, will bat batting sixth, DHing for the pitcher, Bobby Alcock. Avon Cabral, young freshman who's had a terrific year and really bailed Derek Dana out when Lee Pacheco had a problem throwing and couldn't play short or couldn't pitch. Cabral stepped in and has done a terrific job. He had a shutout against St. John's Prep in a big game. He bats number 7, playing shortstop. Corey Ouellette. The Ouellette brothers will get to play together again. They're defensemen on the hockey team. They had a lot of ice time together back on the blue line. And I haven't seen Corey play a lot this year. He's going to be in left field next to his brother Kyle in center field. And Rich Pagluca, he walked 3 times in the Clancy tournament. The third walk forced in a run that won the Clancy tournament for the 18th time for the St. Mary's Spartans this past weekend, as they came from behind a couple of times and beat Lynn English in the final. And, of course, Bobby Alcock, we mentioned, is the pitcher on the mound. David Gill on the mound for the Crusaders of Lowell Catholic against the Spartans of St. Mary's. And it's become a pretty good rivalry in football and basketball and softball, soccer. Colin Reddy is one of the seniors that were honored before the game today. He's finishing up a great career. Terrific family. I know he misses on senior day his grandmother and grandfather, Tom and Ann. But his family is an outstanding family in the city. Policemen, firemen, teachers, they are just outstanding family in the community. And Colin represents them well. Led the hockey team in scoring, helped them win a state championship, helped them to get to 2 division championships games. And he moved them from center field to second base, and he took to it very well. Hit solidly right to the third baseman. He almost threw it away. High throw, but they get him. So Reddy is out. The play goes 5-3. Kyle Ouellette, the center fielder, will be the hitter. Al, another great 2-sport athlete. We mentioned he was a defenseman. He helped St. Mary's also to that state championship in 2 division final games, finishing up a really good career. Off the pitcher's glove, knocked down the shortstop with it. Nice pick at first base by Larson. So the pitcher getting a piece of that. The play actually goes 1-6-3. They take a hit away from Ouellette going up the middle. Alex Graves made the nice play, and the first baseman Larson made the nice pick at first to complete the play, taking a hit away from Kyle Ouellette. Jared Capola was the MVP of the Clancy tournament. Well deserved. What a year he's having. He's got a ton of big hits. He's playing well, whether it's third or short. He plays third most of the time. He'll play short when Cabral pitches. And he's been a huge, very good leader for this team. Waves at that pitch, 1-1. Chop foul past the St. Mary's dugout. Down and away for a ball. So we got our first deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Kyle's another one of those seniors that were honored before the game. Hit off the pitcher's glove again. Second baseman, they're not going to get him. Capola will get an infield hit. Extends the inning. And it'll bring up John Mulready, the catcher. Another beautiful day here at Frazier Field with dark black clouds, cold weather, people bundled up like people didn't dress this warm for football games or hockey games. It's been a horrible, horrible spring. June is right around the corner. High and tight, 2-0. Long pause. Hit high in the air, deep to left field, drifting back to left fielder. Settling under it is Nate Sear making the play. Already got under it just enough that Sear was able to track it down. So both teams get a base hit. Both teams leave a batter. And at the end of one, we're right back where we started. Dead even. St. Mary's nothing. Lowell Catholic nothing at the end of one. Pitcher against pitcher. David Gill, the pitcher, will lead off against Bobby Alcock as we start the second inning. We talked about the seniors. Richie Pagluca, Connor Donahue, Bobby Alcock, Kyle Ouellette, TJ DeCenzo. 5 seniors on the St. Mary's team that will be wearing the uniform for the last couple of weeks. In for a strike. Derek Dana was happy to see Bobby Alcock come back from that concussion, and also happy to see Lee Pacheco throw some innings and get him back. And the way Cabral is pitching, it gives him 3 top-notch pitchers. Hit up the middle. There's Cabral with that rifle shot. Boy, what a job he's done. Only a freshman. That looked like a base hit. Up the middle. The problem was the infield was going to be at a disadvantage with Pacheco not being able to play short as he's done the first 2 years. But the young freshman stepped in. And from those of you that have good memories, he's a cousin of a pretty good shortstop at Lynn Tech, Yuri Sanchez. So it's in the genes. Yuri wasn't a pitcher. Yuri was a shortstop, but he was a very good one. Signed a major league contract. Hit in the air to left center field. Kyle Ouellette calls off Corey Ouellette. They got together a little bit closer that time. Calulet makes the play with Corey standing behind him. Matt Lawson, the first baseman, will be the hitter. In for a strike. Over but low for a ball. I talked to Bobby's father. We've been friends for a while. I've been friends with Bobby for a while. And as the boy time flies, I've watched him for several years. And all of a sudden, he's graduating. I said, time really flies. Hit by the third base bag down the left side. He went the other way. In with a stand-up double is Lawson. Slicing it the other way. It goes foul. So for the second inning in a row, they have a runner at second base. He got left there in the first inning with a single and a stolen base. Now they get a two-base hit with 2 outs. Alcock had retired 5 in a row before that double. Both hits have gone just inside the third base bag. Waves at that curveball that broke down and away. Good pitch by Alcock. Down and away for a ball. Action again going on at Manning Field. I don't know if that's a lacrosse practice or it might be, it probably is. It could be the semi-pro football team also practicing. It could be almost anything. They have a youth soccer clinic. They have a flag football league. They have professional soccer on Sunday nights. High school lacrosse. Curveball just missed. It broke a little bit late. Alcock's out of walkout. Thought he had strike 3. Chased that pitch. It was outside. Third strikeout for Alcock. So for the second inning in a row, Lowell Catholic leaves a runner at second base. And again, St. Mary's will have a chance to get the lead. 3 strikeouts in 2 innings. St. Mary's has a spattering of fans in this miserable weather. Lowell Catholic has 1. David Gill will start his second inning of work. And he'll face 5, 6, and 7. Lee Pacheco, TJ DeCenzo, Avon Cabral. For the Spartans, trying to get on the board first. Derek Dana, the head guy for the Spartans. His 2 faithful counterparts, Tommy Donahue, Timmy Filer. He also has Sean Buckland, Brent Losey, Brian Mulvey, Jay Bullock. All St. Mary's grads. Lee Pacheco, 3 sports, football, basketball, obviously baseball. He'll lead it off against Gill. Jumps on the first pitch and drills it into left field for a base hit. Second hit for the Spartans. They have the leadoff man on for the first time. DJ DeCenzo. He was a very good offensive, defensive lineman for St. Mary's that went to the Super Bowl this past football season. He's had some big hits for this team. The perennial DH. Slices it the other way. Right on the foul line. It's a fair ball all the way down the bullpen. That's going to score a run. A stand-up double. Pacheco, who can run, comes all the way around. Now, seeing eye double. That was right on the chalk in right field. So I just mentioned he had some big hits. There's another one. Evan Cabral, we mentioned this young freshman stepping in when they needed him. They needed a shortstop. He said, I can do that. He needed a pitcher. In both instances, he was replacing Lee Pacheco, who had a problem throwing early on from a football injury. And he stepped in. He's done a tremendous job. In for a strike. I know Derek Dana is very unhappy that he's got this kid back for 3 more years. Swing and a miss. Quickly it's 0-2. Looked like an off-speed breaking ball by Gill. Missing low. It's odd that Lowell Catholic would have a Gill on the mound because one of the names from the past for St. Mary's is Gill, Franny Gill. And one of the Gills is a very good punter for St. Mary's, and Franny Gill was an assistant with Nipper Clancy and huge part of St. Mary's programs. And now Lowell Catholic pitching in St. Mary's has a Gill on the mound. 2-2 to Cabral. He had him 0-2. So now 0-2, it goes to 3-2. Now he's got to come in the pitch or put him on. The payoff pitch up and coming. Out in front of the plate. They hold the run, and nice job by Gill. He'll throw Cabral out. Big hop. One bounce to the pitcher. Able to hold the runner at second, get the out. Corey Ouellette, brother of the center fielder, Kyle Ouellette. He's been a very good performer for the St. Mary's hockey team as well. We mentioned he got to play with his brother, who's graduating quite a bit on the same shift at the blue line, both defensemen. Corey was more the offensive defenseman, while Kyle was the defensive defenseman. Down and in, 2-0. Rich Pagluka, the right fielder, was the on-deck hitter. High for a ball, 3-0. Well, Corey will be taking a long look at this pitch. In for a strike. He can still be selective here with the count 3-1. On the inside corner, now he can't be selective. Got to protect the plate. Full count, 3-2. Trying to keep the runner close at second base. Not throwing, just spinning and forcing the runner back. Pop foul back, and we'll do it again at 3-2. The payoff pitch, way inside for ball 4. First walk given up by either pitcher puts runners at first and second, 1 out, 1 run in for the Spartans here in the bottom of the second. Pagluka, the right fielder, with top of the order ready on deck. Missing inside for a ball. Pagluka looking down at Tommy Donahue with third, flashing the signs. Yeah, that was just a little bit inside. Had to become a left-handed hitter to get out of the way of that one. So he walked. Ouellette, now he falls behind 2-0 to Pagluka. A run in on the leadoff hit by Pacheco, and the seeing eye double by DeCenzo down the right field line. Coach coming out. He's got a difficult task. Say if we made a mistake, we'll go over it in practice, but he hasn't been able to practice because he's got playing 13 games in 16 days, and he's got to play the next 5 of the 6 days coming. Pagluka tried a bunt, ran up, and missed it. Lights have been on for a while here at Frazier. That one bounces in the turf off the catcher all the way to the St. Mary's dugout. So that takes away a potential double play or a force at any base. The wild pitch moves him up to second and third. 3-1 the count to Pagluka. Again, he can be fussy here with the count 3-1. Yeah, that's ball 4. Back-to-back walks have loaded the bases. Call already bounced out third to first. You can expect anything here. He can handle a batter. Although I would be surprised if they try to bunt, because TJ DeCenzo, being a very big offensive defensive lineman, is not one of the quickest base runners on the Spartans. Hit to short. They can't go anywhere. It's going to be an infield hit for Reddy. Shortstop had to go way to his right. He had no play at second. Too late for first. Reddy gets an RBI and an infield hit. St. Mary's has doubled their fund. It's now 2-0. Now with Ouellette at third, you could expect anything here. Down and in for a ball. Warm-up action for Lowell Catholic. In for a strike. 1-1. On the inside corner for a strike. Oh, Kyle Letter saying, you walk 2 batters in a row, now you throw strikes to me. Why are you picking on me? Pitching from the stretch, Gil, with the bases loaded. Hit to left field. If it's fair, it's trouble. It's inside the foul line all the way to the fence. That's going to score 3. Second extra base hit in the inning. Just reached out and got it. Inside the left field foul line all the way down to the fence area near the bullpen. That might be the first time that Kyle knocks in Corey. Hit by the third base bag. Third double in the ball game. Capolo is swinging a hot bat, we told you. MVP of the tournament. A few college scouts in here checking him out. St. Mary's with a big 6-run inning here. Still only 1 out. John Mulready, the catcher, is the hitter. He's the 9th batter in the inning. On deck is Leo Pacheco, who started this uprising with a base hit and scored the first run. So 6 of the 8 hitters have scored. 1 is at second base. The other one made an out. Moretti flied to left field. Here's 1 trip. Down and away for a ball. Well, those 2 walks back-to-back hurt. They both scored. Helping to extend the inning. 2 doubles in the inning. Sorry, 3 doubles in the inning. Five hits and 2 walks. Michigan side. And that's ball 4. Third walk in the inning. That's going to be it, I think, for Gil. So Pacheco was the scheduled hitter. But before that, we're going to get a change on the mound. Danny Sullivan is the new pitcher. Gil, the pitcher, went to shortstop. Shortstop went to third base. So I'm assuming that the new pitcher will bat in place of the third baseman who went to the dugout. Pacheco started this. He jumped on the first pitch and lined in the left field for a base hit and scored the first run. So Danny Sullivan trying to stop the bleeding here. Hit past third base for a base hit. This is going to be another extra base hit. 2 RBI for Pacheco. His second hit in the inning. Eight of the 9 players have scored in this inning. Four doubles in the inning. Senzo got the first double in the first RBI. knocked it off the foul line in right field down into the bullpen area. DeCenzo is the 11th hitter in the inning. On the outside corner, catches him looking. Cabral's the only player that hasn't scored a run in this inning. He bounced out to the pitcher. Until that strikeout, his was the only out after this barrage by the Spartans. All the runs will be charged to Gill. In for a strike. And just what Lowell Catholic wanted, if they have to play 5 games in 6 days, to have to go deep in their pitching staff. Down and away for a ball. And we got deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. A runner at second base. Nice stop by the catcher, DeRoma. Hit foul back. The payoff pitch. Swings and misses for strike 3. So Danny Sullivan comes in, gives up a double, and that run is charged to Gill, but then he strikes out 2. Finally gets St. Mary's out. But a huge inning for the Spartans. They get 4 extra base hits in the inning. 8 of the 9 players score. At the end of 2, St. Mary's 8, Lowell Catholic nothing. 9-1-2 for Lowell Catholic as we start the 3rd inning. Peter Sawyer, the second baseman. And then back to the top of the order, Liam Fisher and Alex Graves. Bobby Alcock is going to feel pretty good about himself now. His team has given him an 8-0 lead. Swing and a miss. Hit way up in the air. Colin Reddy a few steps back on the outfield grass and gives way to Kyle Ouellette, the center fielder. Right fielder Pagluca was there as well. Reddy called for it, but got out of the way, and Ouellette, the center fielder, makes the play. Liam Fisher led off the game with a base hit, bouncing it by the third base bag. Stole second and got stranded there. Facing Alcock for the second time. Hit in the air again. Reddy going back over the shoulder. Pagluca a step or 2 away, but Reddy took it away. So 2 quick outs in the 3rd. Alex Graves popped to the shortstop. Just in short left center field to Cabral. Slices it down into that grassy knoll behind first base. High and tight for a ball. Down and away for a ball, 2-1. waves at that pitch. And again, we got deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Swing and a miss. He ends all 3 innings with a strikeout. He's got 4. A 1-2-3 inning for Alcock very quickly. It'll be 8-9-1 for the Spartans. And Danny Sullivan will start an inning for the first time. And St. Mary's is batted around. 12 hitters went to the plate. 8 of them scored. 6 base hits, 3 walks. Coriolet, leading off, drew a walk and scored 1 of the runs. So he hasn't batted officially, but he scored a run. So the book is closed on Gill. He goes 2 innings. Gives up 6 base hits. All 8 runs are charged to him. Didn't walk anybody, didn't strike anybody out. Excuse me, he walked 3. Corey was able to come around and score on Kylo. Let's double. Ooh, family atmosphere there. He'll lead off the 3rd for the Spartans. Hit in the air to short left field. Long run for the shortstop. Left fielder gets there and makes the play. Nice job by Nate Sayer. Long run. Ouellette, first pitch, flying to left field. 1 up, 1 down for Rich Pagluca. And it's not Pagluca, it's Ethan Weiss is hitting for Luca. So Ethan Weiss is a pinch hitter, and I'm sure we're going to see some new faces for St. Mary's. Hit up the middle for a base hit. He was hitting for Pagluca. Pagluca drew a walk. We told you he drew 3 of those in the Clancy final, and the 3rd one forced in a run to win the tournament. Reddy grounded to 3rd, got an infield hit, getting an RBI and scored a run. So he's 1 for 2 with an RBI and a run scored. Over the head of Reddy, 2-0. High again, 3-0. Taking all the way as you would expect. In for a strike, 3-1. Chased that one and fouled it back. And the count goes full. Swing and a miss. Three strikeouts in the last 4 hitters by Sullivan. The other one was a fly ball. Down and away for a ball. Howlett off the pitcher's glove, thrown out by the shortstop. 1-6-3, first time up. Got a big double, knocking in 3 runs and scored a run. So he's half the offense, knocking in 3 and scoring a run. In for a strike. Hit to third. They'll get the force at second. So St. Mary's is quickly down in the third, but that second inning certainly is a major difference. They got 8, and that's where we are. St. Mary's 8, Lowell Catholic nothing at the end of 3. 3-4-5 for Lowell Catholic, and number of changes for St. Mary's. Now in at second base is Colby Magliozzi. Ethan Weiss, he came in as a pinch hitter for Pagluca. He stays in right field. Corey Ouellette will move over to center field, taking his brother's place. And moving over into left field is A.J. Luciano. That's going to pop foul. So Luciano will bat in Kyle Ouellette's spot. Garrett Gaynor going deep to his bench with an 8-0 lead. Calderoma was called on strikes his one trip. Line off the second baseman. Safe with a base hit. Line shot. Nice bid by Magliozzi. It kind of hooked on him. He had to dive at it, knock it down, but it rolled just far enough away that it gave DeRoma enough time to get a base hit. And they're going out to check on Colby to make sure he's okay. Might have got that one off the glove, or off just above the glove, off the hand. Derek Gaynor out to check, just to make sure. Colby says he's okay. Colby's a pretty good hockey player as well. Nate Sear, the left fielder, struck out. I conversed with Frank Carey about this in the Clancy tournament. 8-0, and I don't know why you even bother with the runner at first base. Down and away. We'll find out if that's Mulready behind the plate still. High and tight for a ball. 3-0. On the corner for a strike. 3-1 the count to the Crusaders left fielder. Waves at that pitch for strike 2. Alcock trying to come all the way back from 3-0. And he does. He gets Sear for the second time. Gill was the pitcher. He's now the shortstop. He grounded out short to first, leading off the second inning. Looked like he had a base hit up the middle. Cabral took it away. Curveball breaks over but low. Up and away for a ball. That might be the St. Mary's girls lacrosse team over there at Manning, practicing, getting ready. They're in the state tournament. Solid shot to second. Safe at second base. The throw drew him off the bag. They're in a hurry to get two. They don't get any. The error allows Gill to reach. So 2-1 with 1 out. First time that Lowell has had two base runners. Josh Shea. I talked about the Olettes playing center and left to start the game. I'm assuming the Sheas are related. They're in left and center as well. On the corner for a strike, quickly 0-2. Josh Shea, flat out to left field is one trip. Down and away for a ball. Waves at the pitch for strike 3. He's got at least one an inning. He got 2 in the first. Now he's got 2 in the fourth. Matt Larson went the other way, snuck it just inside the third base bag, and wound up getting a double. Hit foul to the screen. Larson is the first baseman. High for a ball. High again for a ball. In for a strike. And again, deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Here in the top of the fourth. Goes the other way, hits it up in the seats. Scared a couple of fans that were sitting here. It went right over their head. So we'll do it again at 2-2. Down and in for a ball. So the hit and run is on. Base runners will be off with the pitch. Slices it back, and they'll have to retreat and do it all over again. So once again, a 3-2 pitch coming up from Alcock to Larson. Yeah, once again, he fouls it off. Swing and a miss. He strikes out the side. So the single and the error do no damage at all. They left one in the first. They left one in the second. They leave two here in the fourth. We're halfway through the ball game. St. Mary's holding on to that 8-0 lead over Lowell Catholic. The error didn't hurt. You don't want to do it too often, but the error didn't hurt. It'll be 3, 4, and 5. I wasn't sure if it was Mulready behind the plate. We'll find out. He'll be the second hitter in the inning if he stayed in. Jared Capola lead off. He singled in the first. Got one of 4 doubles in the second inning. Knocked in a run and scored a run. So he's 2 for 2 with a run scored and an RBI, and he is just on fire swinging the bat. As word spreads far and wide, there were several college coaches or scouts here checking him out. So it was not already behind the plate. I'm kind of surprised. Terrence Mahoney has played Moynihan, solid shot right by the third baseman into left field. Another solid shot by Capola, his third hit. This would be... Terrence Mahoney was behind the plate. I thought it was 11, but I wasn't sure. He's played third. He's played the outfield. I haven't seen him behind the plate, but I have now. Hit high in the air, long run for the third baseman, not going to get there. Too far for him to go. Moynihan jumped on that first pitch. So Derek Dana went deep to his bench, changing 2 outfielders, second baseman and catcher. Mulready had flied to left, walked and scored. 2 quick strikes to Moynihan, only a sophomore. Line to the shortstop. They got him. Head first dive, but he kind of slowed down, and the throw just beat him. So the throw Capola out. Nice job by David Gill, who was the starting pitcher. Normally you get knocked out of the box, you're down in the dumps a little bit, but he stayed right with it, made a nice play. Lee Pacheco single started that 8-run inning and scored. Got back up again in the inning, got a double and knocked in 2. So he's got a single, a double, scored a run, knocked in 2, and that was all in the second inning. Now they just get him. They made that exciting. So even with the base hit, Sullivan only faces 3 hitters, thanks to the double play started by Gill, the shortstop. St. Mary's is down in the fourth. We've completed 4. St. Mary's 8. Lowell Catholic, nothing. Danny Sullivan, the pitcher, he's batting in the third baseman spot when he made the change. Up for the first time. Alcock will start his fifth inning of work. Chop foul to the first base coach. Nice play. Swing and a miss. Alcock jumps on top, 0-2. Made short work of that. Keeps his record intact, at least one in every inning. Peter Sawyer, the second baseman, will be the hitter. Hit it into right center field, short right center field, and it was Kyle Ouellette who come on and made the play right between the second baseman and right fielder, Pagluka and Reddy. All three of those guys are now out of the game. Swing and a miss. Tries to bunt, fouls it back. I thought that might be coming in the press box. We have to be careful up here. You could never hit a foul ball into the press box. Now they've made it very easy with the shrinking of the backstop. The 1-2 pitch. Pitching down and in. And the count evens at 2. Missing again. So he's ahead of him. Now he's going to come in with a pitch. High and deep to right field. Slicing toward the line. Off the glove of Weiss, the right fielder, but in foul territory. Just kept slicing. Hit that a long way to the bullpen in right field. It finally sliced about 3 or 4 feet foul. Weiss almost made a nice play. I guess is a lacrosse game. I saw the bus come in, so it must be St. Mary's girls playing lacrosse over there. I didn't know they had a game today. I shouldn't be surprised there's something going on at Manning Field. We'll do it again at 3-2. Hit to second base. Magliozzi to Pacheco. Two kickouts in the fifth. Liam Fisher, the DH, hitting for the right fielder, Ian Sullivan. He singled and stole second in the first. Popped to second. Hit it to Reddy and 10 or 15 steps out in short right field. Right in front of the right fielder. Curveball breaks down into the turf for ball 1. Chop to third. Capola on his horse gets it. Rifle shot to first. A quick 1-2-3 inning. Nice job by Capola. No wasted effort there. Moving into the bottom of the fifth. That one inning is the difference in the game, but it was a big one. 8 runs, 6 hits, 3 walks. And that's the difference. 8-0. Danny Sullivan has come on and firstly shut St. Mary's out. He gave up a double that knocked in a run, but the run was charged to Gill. Since then, he's given up only 2 base hits, and one of them was out on a double play. So he's retired 7 of 9, and one of the 8 out of 9 if you count the double play. William Foglietta is going to hit for DeCenzo. So he'll be the new DH. I believe he's a twin, Austin Foglietta. They're both juniors. Hit in a left center field for a base hit. St. Mary's has put 2 guys up to hit. They both got base hits. Sharply hit right by the shortstop. Haven Cabral bounced to the pitcher and struck out swinging. Way in on the hands, and he stepped away and punched it past first base foul. That was almost by him when he swung it down. Fishing for a ball. On the inside corner, 1-2. High and tight for a ball. Evens the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hard hit right by the second baseman into right center field. That kind of exploded when it got to the second baseman. So 2 up, 2 on. Corey Ouellette started as the left fielder. He's now the center fielder. Missing wide for a ball. So Weiss, who's on deck, was a pinch hitter for Pagluca, got a base hit. Hit to third. He only got 1 play. That's first base. They just got him by an eyelash. Ouellette can fly down the line. So Foglietta hitting for the Senzo, got a base hit. Wise, who's in the batter's box now. Hit for Pagluca, got a base hit. Pop foul back. Ethan Weiss, pinch hitter, he stayed in the game in right field. So he's 1 for 1. A chance for an RBI. Line right to the second baseman. You almost got their second double play. Cabral was just able to hustle back. Colby Magliozzi, the second baseman, will be the hitter. This is his first at bat. Went for Reddy, who was 1 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored, coming in the second inning. Third baseman wasn't really anywhere near third base, but Sullivan threw it over anyway. Hit to center field. Josh Saya comes in and makes the play. So looked like an inning with the first 2 hits. Sullivan gets a ground out A line out and a fly out leaves the two runners at second and third, actually. St. Mary's is down in the fifth. It's still the second inning is the difference. St. Mary's 8, Lowell Catholic nothing. Top of the sixth, it'll be 2, 3, and 4 for Lowell Catholic. Alex Graves was the shortstop. He's now the third baseman. He's popped a short, struck out swinging against Bobby Alcock. On the corner for a strike. Alcock's given up 4 base runners, 3 base hits. The other one was an error. Down and away for a ball. They've had 2 base runners reach second. One was a stolen base. The other one was the arrow moved the base hit over to second. Both instances they were eliminated. Lined into the grassy knoll down the right side. Big hop. Magliozzi makes the play to Pacheco. One up, one down. Kyle DeRoma, the catcher, called on the strikes, singled. One of 2 that made it to second base. Waved at that pitch, was way up and away. Chased that one that was down and away. Quickly 0-2. High in the air to right field. Weiss almost overran that. At the last second, he took a step back and wound up catching it over his shoulder. Nate Sayers struck out swinging twice. Down and away for a ball. Hit up the middle for a base hit. Second time Alcock had retired 7 in a row before giving up the base hit. David Gill bounced to short, reached on an error. Down and away for a ball. Foul off the catcher. Lined in a right center field. That's a base hit. Gill into second with a double. They get their first runner as far as third base. They get back-to-back hits for the first time. Josh Shea, the center fielder, flied to left, and struck out swinging. Lowell Catholic looking for a little 2-out lightning. 2 quick outs, but now a single and a double. Swing and a miss. Hit foul. It's going to go down to that grassy knoll behind first base. So quickly 0-2. Wide for a ball. Hit back to the mound. Alcock was the play. Second time Lowell Catholic has left 2. First time they got second and third. Only 1 run, the first run to reach third. They're down to the last 3 outs as we move into the bottom half of the 6th inning. First inning that Alcock did not get a strikeout. He's got 8 through 5 innings. It'll be 2, 3, and 4 for St. Mary's in the bottom of the 6th inning. It'll be A.J. Luciano, who went in to play left field when they took Kyle Ouellette out at the inning where he made several changes, including the DH. Kyle Ouellette had doubled, knocking in 3 runs and scoring a run, so he half the offense in that second inning when they got 8. Sullivan starting his 4th inning. He came in and got 2 outs in the second. So he's relieved 3 2/3 innings. Slicing the other way. Can't get it. Drops in. Around first. Heading for second. Another double for St. Mary's. Their 5th. Jared Capola is perfect. Singled. Doubled in a run and scored. Singled. So he's 3 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. And he's got a chance for another RBI here if he gets another base hit. A.J. Luciano just sliced it the other way. Nate Sear tried to make the diving catch. It short hopped and went by him. Luciano winds up at second base. They got 4 doubles in the second inning. That's their 5th. Three 3-0 to Capola. Had the green light on 3-0. That was ball 4. That was way up over his head. Swung right through that. And that's ball 4. Shows you how good he's been swinging the bat. Derek Dana said, go ahead. That's the first walk given up by Sullivan in relief. Terrence Moynihan hit it in the nose and lined it right to the shortstop, his one trip. And it turned into a double play when they doubled the runner off at first. High for a ball. St. Mary's trying to score in an inning other than the second. All 8 runs they have came in the second inning. In for a strike. He turned and threw it to second. Second baseman wasn't really at the bag. Nice stop by the catcher, DeRoma. On the inside corner for a strike. The 3-1 pitch, way wide. Chop to short. They only have one play if they can make it. Safe at first base, he beat it. So the bases are loaded for Lee Pacheco. Siegelman scored, doubled in 2, and that was all in the second inning when St. Mary sent 12 to the plate. Last time up, he bounced out 3rd to 1st. He's got a chance for another RBI or 2. And we're going to 10 miles. They come out to talk to Danny Sullivan. It was like a family affair. Corey and Carolette started in left and center for St. Mary's. Nate and Josh Sayer started in left and center for Lowell Catholic. And Sullivan on the mound, and Ian Sullivan is the right fielder. I don't know if they're related. That name could be, that's a common name, Sullivan, as opposed to Sayer and Ouellette. High for a ball. In for a strike. Hit in the left field for a base hit. They hold the runner at third, going station to station. Pacheco's got an RBI. Also, St. Mary's finally dents the scoreboard other than the second inning. Bases are still loaded with nobody out. William Foglietta has been up once as a pinch hitter for DeCenzo, the DH, and he singled. So he's 1 for 1. In for a strike. Hit sharply to second base. They get 1. They dropped the ball at first. They wouldn't get 2. Avon Cabral bounced to the pitcher, struck out, single. St. Mary's gets into double digits. The 2 runs. Cabral swings and misses. A double, a walk, a single, a single. Now the fielder's choice. First and third, 1 out. Waves at the next pitch for 0-2. Hit foul back and out of play. Austin Foglietta on deck will hit for Corey Ouellette. And probably stay in the game in left field. Hit right at the right fielder. Almost came in too far. They tag up from third and score. Chop foul. We mentioned while Cabral was hitting, Austin Foglietta would pitch hit. This is Austin up. So both, another family atmosphere, William and Austin Foglietta. Family fun here at Frazier Field. Chop to the second baseman. Out at first base. Nice play by the second baseman, Sawyer. A nice bit at first base to stretch and make the play. So St. Mary's are 3 outs away from the win number 14. And they've got a big 11-0 lead over Lowell Catholic in the end of 6. 7, 8, and 9. Bottom 3 for Lowell Catholic. Alcock just missed the outside corner. Matt Larson has doubled and struck out swinging. That one was on the corner for a strike. His double was just inside the third base bag, going the other way. He's got one of the 5 hits that Alcock has given up. Goes the other way. Right by the shortstop in the left field for a base hit. Danny Sullivan, who's now the pitcher, came in when they made the change. He's up for the second time. He struck out his last time. In for a strike. Waved at that pitch. It was way off the plate. Way outside. 0-2. That's going to go out of play. Up in the seats. Waved the pitch down and away. So 6 of the 7 innings, Alcock got at least 1 strikeout. He's got 9. Peter Sawyer's flied to center and grounded to second base. Thought about it, held up, it broke down and away. I guess he said he swung through it because it's strike 1. That one goes off the catcher's glove. The pass ball will move the runner down. Hit foul back to the screen. Didn't miss by much. That's a tough pitch to take with 2 strikes. But the count evens at 2-2. Hit in the air to right field. Over by the line. Making the play is Weiss. Runner will tag and go to third. Lowell Catholic down to their last out. Only the second runner to reach third base. Ian Sullivan, he was being hit for. So he's going to hit for Liam Fisher, who was hitting for him. In for a strike. Waves at that for strike 2. Down to their last strike. The 0-2 pitch. Up and away for a ball. Gets him. Nice way to finish. Number 10 for Alcock ends the ball game. He was on tonight. He gave up 6 base hits, but he spaced them out. 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the fourth. He gave up 2 in the sixth, but with 2 outs. He gave up 1 in the seventh. 6 base hits, didn't walk a batter. Struck out 10. He got 2 or more in 3 different innings. Struck out 2 in the first, 2 in the seventh, struck out the side in the fourth. So he winds up with 10 strikeouts, and he does the job on the mound. And he went 7, which helps Derek Dana. Doesn't have to use up a lot of pitching here at Frazier Field. St. Mary's got it all done in the second inning. Pacheco led with a single. DeCenzo doubled them in. Back-to-back walks to Ouellette and Pagluca. Loaded the bases. Reddy got a base hit for an RBI. Bases still loaded. Kyle Ouellette knocked in 3 with a double. Capola knocked in Ouellette with a double. Moretti walked. And then Lee Pacheco got the 4th double in the inning, knocking in 2. It was 8-0. And then in the 6th, A.J. Luciano led off with a double. Capola drew a walk. Moynihan got a base hit. Pacheco got a base hit, knocking in a run. A ground out by William Foglietta, knocked in a run. And a sacrifice fly by Cabral got an RBI to make the score 11. And that was the final score, 11-0, as Alcock throws zeros at striking out 10, giving up only 6 base hits. For St. Mary's, Reddy had a single and an RBI. Kyle Ouellette had a double, knocked in 3, scored a run. A.J. Luciano, in his place, got a double and scored a run. Jared Capola was on base 4 times, 2 singles, a walk, and a double. Scored 2, knocked in a run. Moretti drew a walk and scored a run. Moynihan had a base hit and scored a run. Pacheco had a single, a double, a single, knocked in 3, scored a run. DeCenzo started the 8-run inning, getting a double, knocking in the first run, and he scored a run. And then William Foglietta hitting for him had a base hit. A fielder's choice had an RBI. Avon Cabral had a base hit and a sacrifice fly for an RBI. Coriolet drew a walk and scored a run. Pagluca drew a walk and scored a run. And Weiss hitting for him got a base hit. So everybody got involved. St. Mary's big second inning. They put 11 on the board, and they pick up their 14th win. They go to 14-6, and their last home game is today. They've got 2 more, but they're both on the road. So a big second inning, adding 3 more in the 7th, and it amounts to St. Mary's 11, Lowell Catholic nothing. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm John Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.